just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, it's Beef Vegan Presents.
Yo, welcome back to the show. It's Beef Vegan Presents live in Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com on this beautiful Wednesday, July 16th. Good morning, Kendall.
Good morning.
Good morning, Tucson. Thank you guys for hanging out here, and thank you for getting here with low tire pressure, Kendall. Oh my God, how did you even make it?
It's just the weather change. Mine are so sensitive, but I'm happy. I'm not complaining about the weather change.
Nobody should be.
Lovely.
It makes July beautiful for sure. We're going to have a high today in the 80s. Obviously, it's trickling out there. I was going to start off the show bitching and complaining about living in Midtown as opposed to living close to Ina, because it seemed like the closer you get to the mountain up there, the more rain you would get, right? So the first few years that I was living down in Tucson, it was like a tropical paradise. Summers were easy. One summer in particular, I just remember, it felt like living in Hawaii. And we're giving away a trip to Maui a little bit later on today as a reminder.
So you got Hawaii on the brain.
Yeah, but no, the monsoon was coming in so strong and so hard and so frequently that, it didn't feel like a hot summer at all. And it was just awesome to have that kind of rain. I'm like, am I in Seattle or am I on Ina Road in Tucson? Or if you want to pronounce it correctly, Ina, if you want to be a tool about it. But either way, that was my experience up there. But it seemed like this summer we've had rain. I've had, those little alerts on my phone and whatnot. Mm-hmm. And it seems to always go around me, right? Mm-hmm. Like I could see rain when I go outside. I would look around and I could see it coming down from all around. Mm-hmm. And then I'd just be standing on this dry spot, and I'm like, what the hell? I got a little, drought right here.
Yeah. You're a T-Loke when you're texting your friends that live in various parts of town. You getting it? It's pouring over here, Yeah,
I've had that conversation.
You rub it in their face when they're not getting it.
I know. You show the picture and well, we're all getting it today. So nobody be dry. Everybody be wet. Congratulations, right. Tucson. It's going to be a fun day.
Grab your kids, grab your umbrellas.
Mm-hmm. Hey, have you heard about, let's talk about our top story today. Have you heard about the super secret Project Blue that is coming to the city of Tucson?
I think I have.
Yeah. So let me tell you more about it. It's a data center that is the new wave of big business. Data centers essentially is your computer in a warehouse, but you magnify that or multiply that by 1 million, right? Just huge racks of CPU. That's just how programs like ChatGPT run. They take up and absorb a lot of power and a lot of data. Now we're getting one of those here, and private investor is actually putting $3.6 billion into a data center initiative here in Tucson. Now they promise that it's set to transform Tucson's economic landscape, which at this point we'll take pretty much anything.
Right.
Now,
yeah, that's always welcome.
Yeah. Now they are making a lot of big promises though. One big promise, because when you do these data centers, and since they take up so much energy and they also emit so much heat, right? You have to cool them down constantly. And you do that through water, like you would do like a power, what is it? Like what's the term I'm looking for? Like a nuclear power plant, like a power plant. Okay. But they say that they're going to be a net water positive, replenishing more water than it uses. And you're just like, well, how the heck are you going to do that with your computers?
I don't know if y'all know this, but this is the desert.
Right.
We're not known for our water.
No, I know.
It's not our strong suit.
If you're coming here for our vast amounts of water, somebody lied to you. But they say this initiative involves a $100 million investment in expanding Tucson Water's reclaimed water system, which we have some reclaimed water right by the station right here in this wetlands, but it doesn't look great. Now, it will mark the largest public infrastructure funded by a private developer. What I don't like about reading about Project Blue is it's everything. There's too much secrecy. Who's the private developer? Who's putting in the money here? Is it China? Sounds like China. Could be China.
It's big China again. Back at it.
Yeah. Now
stealing our datas.
they did release a fact sheet, and now it was approved by our city council. And honestly, there are positives here if they do open it up. First and foremost, let's talk about jobs. Construction jobs. There'll be like 3,000 of those for about 5 years to build this thing up, and it will be massive.
Dang.
After that, it's going to have about 200 permanent jobs. By 2029. And so those should be good paying jobs. And on top of it, the cherry on top, I would say, is the project is expected to generate $250 million in tax revenues, but over a decade. But still, I mean, that's more money coming in. And at this point in this city, I think we need that. But, are we going to become a data center place? It's going to be Amazon warehouses.
Right.
We used to be the home of the telemarketers. They're gone. Which is
That's
unfortunate.
an upgrade, right? That we're no longer home of the telemarketers.
I don't know. I mean, those were good paying jobs for a minute. A lot of people out there making bank because they were telemarketers. I mean, how we had that huge building right next to our station. It was all telemarketers. So you would have like 1,000 people a day showing up to work. Maybe scamming people, but whatever. They go home with a paycheck. And then that shut down.
Job, man.
A job was a job. Then that shut down, and now it's literally just like a staging port for Amazon. So, we'll see what happens with Project Blue, but they do have an idea of what they're going to do as far as how it's not going to take our resources, but somehow create magical resources. Now, I will say that we are kind of closest as far as United States cities to the Rocky Point Desalination Center, as they were building up a big plant there to take salt water and turn it into fresh water. And then eventually I feel like they're going to pipeline it into the United States. Well, hey, first stop, boom. So, water in a world where ice caps are melting, and you have the ability to take the salt out of the water is not going to be an issue. We're going to be good. I'm
glad you're hopeful on that.
Yeah. Take it from me. Take it from a guy named Be Vegan. He's a water expert.
I have heard you're a scientist.
Yeah. So basically what I'm saying is you could enjoy a longer shower, fill up your bath, get a swimming pool, even though those are going away here. But reinvest in a swimming pool. Yeah, it's going to cost you a lot of money, but don't worry about the water waste is what I'm saying. We'll be fine with water.
Okay.
It literally is falling from the sky right now as we speak.
That's right. Coming down in buckets.
Yeah. But, it is interesting to see how Project Blue is developing and when they're going to start breaking ground on this. The project involves about 290 acres out the Southeast Employment and Logistics Center on Houghton Road near the Pima County Fairgrounds. It's going to be out in that area. Now, I will suggest this. If they're going to do this, and, they're going to create jobs and there's going to be more traffic there. Everyone that's been to the Pima County Fair knows that, having one way in and one way out is no bueno and takes one little flat tire to ruin everybody's day. So expand
Maybe they're going to do like a special parking area and do like a shuttle to whoever works there. No, even a shuttle won't work because if there's a traffic jam, then you're not getting to work. And now 30 people aren't getting to work on time as opposed to one. So I'm just saying, expand it out. If you're bringing in, $3 billion to build this up, take a little bit of that money and add an extra lane on the freeway and we should be good to go. But that's a Project Blue, our top story today. We have lots to get to, including fun news, your morning moron, F My Life's, and tickets to give away. Listener bait galore with Gaslight Anthem tickets at the Rialto Theater coming up, and also tickets for Volbeat right at 8:10 this morning. And on top of that, I will give you your keywords so you can fly yourself to Maui. So all those reasons and more to stick around to the show. It's going to be a good one. Music on the way from Volbeat, kicking things off with Filter. Here's Take a Picture on Rock 1 2.1. But you know the name of the show. Let's go. All right, we're back here live. It looks like I'm swinging and missing on all things. So, I mean, obviously, I'm not like pro Project Blue. And it just came across my desk here recently, too, where I'm like, more data centers, which is going to be like, it is big business. We're seeing it all over the place. And Tucson is just the latest. They may potentially get one with a private buyer. But yeah, Liz doesn't even want more roads and the higher taxes. I mean, yeah, taxes suck. But at the same time, we need roads. Our roads here suck. And, having one freeway with like 2 lanes, that sucks. And about once a month,
will have a captive audience. People just stuck on a freeway for fucking 4 hours because one accident, So I'll pay taxes for that. Give me an extra lane. I'm not one of those people, though, because I get to work super early. Let's get on the air real quick. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Be Vegan Presents. So let me share a video with you real quick, Kendall, as we're live here on our podcast broadcast. You're going to be able to hear it here, but you'll be able to see it as well. This guy is a megastar. Whenever somebody, like a man on the street, gets interviewed by a news reporter.
He looks like a cool dude.
Yeah, every now and then, you're going to get some audio gold. Now, here's the deal. It was a very weird story in New York. There was a mountain lion that was in New York, Rochester, New York, which is not a place where you would expect to see a mountain lion. So this man who's being interviewed, of course, he was surprised, and he did a play-by-play of, his experience with this said mountain lion. Let's check it out.
I heard the roar. I felt that roar. I knew to keep it pushing. I knew that.
Curtis Jones says he was walking near Robber Street late Wednesday when he saw people running from what appeared to be a large wild cat.
I thought I see the people run. I just see something big just walking, just right over here, right by the bush. It went right over here. I swear, I promise you, it went right over there.
I described the cat as a big bitch, by the way, and he's holding a mini baseball bat.
The bat is everything right now.
Well, I mean, if you had a mountain lion just kind of perusing your neighborhood, you'd walk around with a bat as well. Now, fun fact, he had the bat before the mountain lion sighting, but still.
It said, "Rawr," and I just kept walking. I seen me see it. So in my head, I'm like, I gotta go, man. I'm out.
Rochester police say officers became aware of a video on social media that appears to show a wild cat, which some people claim is a mountain lion. RPD says it received numerous calls of reported sightings, including one near North Clinton Avenue and Robber Street just after midnight.
About like this big. It was just walking, slithering, like it was. I don't know, man.
A shelter in place was ordered and then lifted when RPD was unable to verify the presence of a wild animal. Police say no reports have been substantiated.
Now they did catch it on ring cam, so it does look like something. I would not be surprised if it was somebody's pet tiger that got out. Yeah. That seems more feasible in that area than just a straight up mountain lion going, "Rawr,"
I was thinking a zoo animal, but man, can this guy weigh in on every news broadcast that they have?
Oh, he's just the latest in, man on the street celebrities for sure.
Jones tells me he remains on edge.
You gotta keep this bat right here, man. I'm gonna keep this bat right here, man, just in case. I'm gonna protect this. I ain't gonna let nothing happen to us, nothing, okay? They ain't find it last night. It's still out here. It could be out here in one of these bushes or something. Them mountain lions, they be they be crawling, it's serious.
The Monroe County Sheriff's Office assisted the investigation by using an aerial drone. The Seneca Park Zoo told 13 Wham all of its animals are accounted for.
There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, answered your question. So, there's our viral clip of the week, and it doesn't stop there, actually. We have a lot of videos that we're going to share with you, but be on the lookout if you're planning to travel to Rochester, New York for, big mountain cats that go, "Rawr."
I pray that baseball bat is enough.
No, he's dead. For sure. That's a follow-up. All right, we're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast and be back right after music from Seether. Now, I found this wildly interesting. Basically, a child of a Secret Service agent gave tips that their dad gave them to stay safe. And this is something that I think everyone could use, little CIA tips, how to stay safe in public situations. We'll break that down right after Walls Come Down by Seether and Rock 102.1 KFMA. All right, so as we get ready for that, here's just a little bit more of this video before we wrap it up.
I don't play with lions. I don't play with tigers, bears, nothing with the wild. I don't play with those. I promise you. I don't even do roller coasters.
I'm a blood.
I love he's like, "I promise you," as if I'm like, "Are you sure?" I'm like, I think that's cap, bro. I think you mess with tigers and lions and bears.
Oh my. Yes. All right. So that was fantastic. And I miss when they used to auto-tune the news. I'll pull up a clip of that if you don't know what I'm talking about. But earlier this morning, we covered our morning moron. In case you missed it, one little something like this. Check it out. Volbeat. Again, we're giving away tickets for Volbeat here at 8:10 this morning. So if you're a fan of that band, you want to go see their show on a Saturday, then you're going to want to keep listening and get ready to call in when I open up the phone lines for that. But before we get into all that, it's now 6:17 and time for your morning moron. Let's do it. Sometimes you can be such a morning moron that even if you get away with a crime, your pride gets insulted, and then you have to speak up to defend yourself and get yourself arrested and caught in the process. That's exactly what happened again today. So let's backtrack here. There's a woman in Texas. She was away on a trip when her neighbors sent her photos of a woman allegedly stealing from her home. Okay, so this is not good, right? It's kind of like a porch pirate. It is what it is. And we're assuming the woman called police, but she also posted the pictures of the thief to a community Facebook page and said, anyone know who this trash is robbing my house while I'm out of town? All that is mine, even the bike, right? So she basically just called out the person who robbed her and victimized her. So the woman posting on the community page is not in the wrong by any means, because she's a victim in this situation. She felt violated, so she decided to put this thief on blast.
Right.
Now, for whatever reason, it seems like the thief was in that group. And she saw the post, and she did not like being called these names. So she apparently responded saying, people need to mind their own business. This woman called me trash in her Facebook post just because I broke in her house and stole some stuff. You don't even know me, but do you think it's okay to call me trash? Like, this is her response. And so while she's defending herself, saying she's not trash, she also admitted to a very serious crime. Breaking and entering, robbery, felony, right?
Wow, that is literally trash talking.
Yeah. So you didn't mind your business. I stole your stuff and then you put me on blast. You call me trash? You don't know me, bitch. Now, the thief's name is Misty Cape or Misty Criddle, depending on, which state you're getting arrested in. And she's wanted for theft of property valued between like $2,500 and $30,000. And it sounds like the police are still trying to track her down, but someone else claiming to be Misty's mother said on Facebook that she was only getting back the stuff that was hers. Again, I don't think they knew each other because the woman posting in the community page would have said, hey, this is Misty. If you see her, tell her to bring back my stuff.
Right. I'm looking for Misty is what she would have posted.
Yes. All right. So, there's a mystery brewing here. But at the end of the day, again, the best way to catch a criminal on the run is post picture of said criminal and then talk a little trash. Be like, hey, if you see this ugly MF on 2x1 KFMA, we're back here on the podcast broadcast as we interrupt our morning moron from this morning to break down this list. This is a fascinating list. And again, being a girl dad, and, honestly, just being a person who is very aware of different public settings that you go into. It's a very dangerous world we live in, right? You always want to kind of protect yourself at all costs. And I know that the fear is even more real for women out there.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm terrified most of my life.
Yeah, or parents concerned when their kids are going out, just in Tucson. Because Tucson streets, they be wildin'. That's what they say. That's a quote from the mayor, actually. There's a kid who claims to be the child of a Secret Service agent who said, her name's Ashley. And she said, these are the tips that her dad gave her to stay safe. And of course, obviously the best training in the world, Secret Service agent, right? So let's see how many of these you actually do and how many you may potentially implement to kind of keep yourself safe. Yes. First and foremost, and a lot of people aren't necessarily very aware of this, or utilize this as much, situational awareness, right? Okay. So this is something that, it comes along with street smarts, common sense. You want to have situational awareness no matter where you're at. So wherever you go into a new place, you want to take a few moments to see where the entrance is and the exits are and know what and who is around you. Okay. Yes. So have some situational awareness wherever you go. All right. Number 2, trust your gut. If something feels off, then it probably is. And I can't even tell you how many times I've escaped, bad situations because my gut was telling me, I gotta go. It's time to go. And it's pretty much saved me because, honestly, growing up, especially my teenage years, there's many times I should have been like the word on the street is murked, right? I should have been seriously injured or killed many times over, but my gut kind of got me out of these places by the skin of my teeth. So trust your gut. All right, if you're going running or walking, don't do it in the dark. That's an obvious one. Have a plan. Don't linger around or in your car and hang out in the parking lot.
Okay. I always lock my car too. If I'm sitting in my car for more than just, putting it in gear.
Yeah, I got an auto lock feature, which is amazing. You know what I mean? As soon as I put it in park, it's locked and you're good. So yeah, that just a little bit of resistance can prevent you from really becoming a crime, or a victim of crime. Yesterday there was a tragic story out of LA of a woman who was a music producer for American Idol, and they found her and her husband murdered inside their house. It's a very, sad, tragic situation. What makes it even scarier is that it was completely random. There wasn't a person, there was no motive. It wasn't premeditated. They didn't know the victims at all. It was a 22-year-old man who broke into the house when they weren't home. And the way that he broke into the house was he found an unlocked door. And most of the times when it comes to burglaries, that's what it is when you leave something unlocked, because they want the easiest entrance possible. They're not looking to pick locks or break windows. This man found a sliding glass door that was open, went inside, and unfortunate timing, the couple came home and then confronted the burglar, and that's when the burglar reacted in the worst possible way and ended up shooting them both. So, it's important to lock your cars, lock your house.
I had that fear come up this morning when I was in the shower. So I was showering and I heard my dog barking, which doesn't always happen. Usually she's chilling out when I'm in the shower. So I thought, I'm getting burglarized right now.
Right off the bat,
I'm in the shower. This is the worst. Like you said, situational awareness. I was like, I have no escape. This is the worst time. I'm like, it's thunder and lightning outside. No one's going to even hear me scream over the thunder. I was in a full spiral.
Yeah, see, and it's a very vulnerable position. See, and if I was in the exact same position as you, I'm actually safer than you because I could run out of the shower completely butt ass and confront a burglar and they would run. You run out of the shower completely naked and confront a burglar and they would fall in love. It's a different world. All right, there are more tips here from the daughter of a CIA agent. All things considered, the chances of being a victim of random crime are low, but you got to stay smart, right? And don't let fear keep you from doing the things you love. That's another tip. They say walk with intention. So when you get to your car, start it and leave. Don't hang around. Don't put your name on your backpack for all to see, okay? Don't make it a point to face the door in a public setting so you can stay alert. Oh, no, they say, I'm sorry, make it a point to face the door in a public setting so you can stay alert and have entrances and exits visible.
Yes.
And you don't have to do that in a paranoid way. You just kind of do that in a peripheral way. Just kind of keep an eye out on things. And I tend to do that, especially if I'm on a date and I'm being a protector or I'm with my daughter. Yeah. I'll make sure that I, have the best view overall.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's been doing this as Americans because of,
things,
shooters. Yeah. You're always on alert now.
Yeah, unfortunately. I mean, it's a dangerous world we live in. All right, 2 more tips of the child of a Secret Service agent their dad gave them. Doing things like selling items directly from your home for people to pick up off sites like Facebook Marketplace is a mistake. Instead, set up an agreed upon meeting place for the exchange.
Right. And
finally, until you're sure of your date's intentions, meet them someplace instead of having them come over to get you. Right. So the chivalry and the standard stereotype is I'll pick you up at 8.
Right.
But no.
You won't.
Yeah.
You won't.
The last date I went on, I thought this was, I actually appreciated it. Not only did we meet up at a location, she had a friend with her. Right?
Yeah.
You think that's weird?
I think that's a bit weird.
No, because the date really went really well. And she's like, don't worry, if, all intentions, I want to come home with you. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. But now, I'm going to charm you so much and your friend, I'm taking you both home. So fantastic. It was a win-win and a great night.
Okay. All right. If it worked out for you, I'm happy for you.
Yeah, I fired off into the commercial and that was a lie. I did not have a threesome. Would have been awesome if I did though. Hey, when you dream of your amazing wedding, right? Because I know being a girly girl, you probably dreamed of an amazing wedding. What about your entrances? You've already into your reception. You get announced as the husband and wife for the very first time, or technically second time.
Yeah.
All right. But with all your friends and family about to go into your first dance, how do you envision it?
Well, I don't think I'm gonna. This is too traditional of a question for me because I don't think I envision myself doing that and it being like that.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you said that. Actually, I'll give you an example of what not to do.
Okay.
And the bride and groom not necessarily at fault here. All right. This clip is going viral. They made their entrance. They went right into a dance. People are cheering, celebrating. Sparklers went off inside a ballroom. What could go wrong? I kind of feel like Ron Deerjick right now. Let's find out in something I call wedding mishaps. Beautiful.
They're having fun.
Yeah. Show that dance.
Oh,
what's that in the background?
Okay. Does anybody notice?
Yes,
people are noticing.
Yeah, and they're still playing the drums. They're looking at the fire. You see the guy playing the drums and looking back at the fire. Then the sprinkler goes off. They're still playing the drums and dancing. So kudos to them. They got paid to do a job, and they continue to do a job, even though they're like, wait a second, we're all going to burn and die.
Okay.
Right, so that happened. And there's a follow-up video here that I'll show you. Obviously, this didn't ruin everything for the wedding. And the bride and groom at the time had zero clue was happening, which is fantastic. But all right, here's a follow-up video.
This is right now. This is the current situation.
So yeah, it kind of ruined it.
Yeah, you probably can't breathe all that smoke everywhere.
Just the sprinklers. Sprinklers went down. Yeah. All right. So that video is going viral on TikTok for all the right reasons. I'm a big fan of that. All right. Speaking of which, let's go into our next segment. Earlier this morning, we broke down our beef of the week, and it's a good one because you don't want to have beef with Shaq. And you don't want Shaq publicly calling you out and telling you that he's going to punch you in the face, because I feel like if he does,
I'd love to see that though.
Yeah, it'd be a good UFC fight.
Or the slap challenge, not the challenge, the game or the sport, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, no, it's called slap. Yeah, power slap. Yeah, if he could be on power slap, but he would murder people, and that's why he's not allowed to power slap. But anyways, our beef of the week was Shaq versus RG3. In case you missed it, went a little something like this. Check it out. All-time great in the NBA, and when you have a legendary career like that, and you have the right to speak on certain things and have opinions. The beef of the week is Shaq versus former NFL quarterback RG3, Robert Griffin III. Now, many remember RG3 as a lot of hype coming in, had a pretty good season, and then injured his knee, was never the same, and then after that has retired and now apparently hosts a podcast. On the podcast, everybody has a podcast, and as somebody who has a podcast, I know there's shortcuts to infamy, right? To try to grow your podcast. Now, me personally, I try not to do these things.
Right.
It's called, having a hot take. Get a little hot take. You could grow things with hate, but I don't think it's sustainable, right? RG3, he made the brutal mistake of trying to gain infamy by throwing shade to WNBA star Angel Reese. All right. And now something definitely got lost in translation along the way, and it wasn't taken kindly by many. Right. So now RG3 is in hot water and public scrutiny because of his harsh words on a female professional sports player, Angel Reese. One of the people who did not take it too kindly is Shaquille O'Neal. One of the last people you ever want to piss off in your life, Kendall.
Yeah.
Is a 7'2", 400-pound monster of a man. Okay.
Yeah.
And when he is mad at you and he threatens violence, you better believe him. Now, I could tell you what Shaq said, or I could just play you the audio. I'd rather play you the audio. Listen up. This is what Shaq said going out to RG3 yesterday.
Speaking of man, RG3, tweet another monkey post about my girl Angel Reese. I'm punching your fucking face.
All right, so there's more. Now, Shaquille O'Neal was referring to RG3 reposting a Photoshop picture of the new NBA 2K26 WNBA edition, depicting a monkey on the cover instead of Angel Reese, with a message of support as some form of defending her against racism, right? Now, Griffin also claimed in the same post that the Chicago Sky forward's inner circle told him that she does indeed hate Caitlin Clark, stirring the pot. Now, both Angel Reese and her mother responded by saying Griffin was 100% full of it. Now, apparently, Shaq has a relationship of sorts, a friendship with Angel Reese. And so he says he talks to her and it basically made her this promise.
Okay. It's enough. Like, I don't usually do stuff like this, but just stop it, bro. You got your job. You got your podcast. Leave my Angel Reese alone. I'm the one calling her and telling her not to respond. And stop it. That's the last time. Okay? Thank you. It's not real hate. If you look around what's going on in this real country, that's hate. This is sports. I'm not supposed to like you. It's a shame that all the stuff you did in your life, you're going to be remembered for your podcast.
Shots fired.
Shaq Daddy.
Yes, and he doesn't stop there. Now, it is interesting. He says my baby Angel Reese and stuff like that, and I'm sure he doesn't mean that romantically and stuff, but it gets to a point where it's like, all right, well, you want to ease back a little bit, Shaq. If I was your PR manager, I'd be like, I would chill with the baby talk.
I don't know. I mean, he's a father. I feel like at this point in life, he's old enough to be a father figure to all of us.
I'm old enough to be a father figure to you. You want me to start calling you baby? Oh, I'm just being daddy-like. Don't mind me. I'm just being daddy.
But
I'm a
you're
father
not,
figure.
Yeah, you're right. But you're not Shaq. Shaq can do it. Shaq is allowed.
Okay,
what I'm saying.
Okay, all right. I mean, I don't want to get into the am I Shaq debate.
Who doesn't want to feel like they're protected by Shaq?
Okay, now you're just making it weird. Yeah.
No, I'm not.
All right. Well, there's more audio from Shaq. So before, before Kendall finishes, let's get right into it. Now, this is the shots fired at RG3. Okay, so not only did he say, I don't want to be known for having a big podcast, he goes in and digs in on the lackluster career that RG3 had. Listen to this.
You're gonna be remembered for your podcast. That should tell you you're not that fucking great. Ooh. I don't want to be remembered for Shaq's big podcast. I do not. Like, leave those curves alone. You already spoke on it. Let it go. So what? He hates us. So fucking what? I hate you now.
Oh.
You're messing with her. Now what? Say something about me.
Oh.
She's not going to respond because I'm the one calling and be like, baby, keep it classy. Because she's not soft by any means.
Nope.
You're from the streets. But I'm like, you're beautiful. Don't indulge with these fools because he's a fool. You don't even have G14 classification to say that. I would respect it more if Lisa Leslie said it.
Lisa Leslie, of course, a legendary WNBA player, formerly of the Los Angeles team, who has won championships. So her opinion would have, greater value than somebody who played a completely different sport and not excelled at that sport. That was me basically translating Shaq-isms. You want me to play a little bit more of this audio, baby? Is it weird when I say it?
Okay, yeah, it's weird when you say it, but everything Shaq said, I'm like, damn.
Yeah.
He's my daddy of the day.
Yeah, well, he's the second daddy of the day. You're beautiful. Let me play some more audio, baby. It's weird for me, too. Trust me. All right, here's just a couple more seconds of Shaq basically reiterating, and if I was RG3, I'd be paying attention and take him at his word. Even though Shaq is an older man, still, he's a mountain of a man.
Feed him for a snack.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so check out as Shaq triples down on his beef against RG3.
Like, that's your category. Stay out of them people's category. Okay, you're sports, whatever you do, you talk about sports, but, bro, you don't need to be going deep. If he hates us, so what? Mind your business. Like, I don't mind you doing your job for anyone, but don't pick on that little girl. Because guess what? I'm her protector.
Uh-oh.
Now pick on me. You pick on me, I'm going to punch you in your fucking face.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right, yeah.
I'm into it.
I knew you would be. So is Angel Reese. And so that's why our beef of the week is Shaq versus RG3. What team are you on? Let us know. 600 KFMA, 600-5362. We'll hit the reset when we come back. We got headlines and more coming up right after these words. Keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. Well, to be fair, Dubs, yes, little girl, 6'4" is a little girl to Shaq.
Right.
So,
everybody's a little girl next to Shaq.
Yeah,
especially Kevin Hart.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's true. He is definitely a little girl to Shaq. It's interesting too to see this scenario. I mean, for a woman, I mean, you have a tall friend, right? What's the tallest female friend you have? Do you have any 6-foot friends?
Well, first off, everyone's taller than me. My bestie Callie is a tall lady.
Yeah, boy, she's like 5'10".
I think 5'9". Yeah.
Yeah, 5'9".
And she wears the like heeled boots. So with the boots, she's probably pretty close to, pushing 6 foot.
Yeah, I mean, it already sucks for like the dating pool. The dating pool shrinks at all different spectrums, right?
Mm-hmm.
For some, it's massive. For some, it's like a little puddle on the sidewalk. And for a woman who's like 6 foot tall or taller, it's got to be tough because then you have to go for the tallest guys. And imagine how furious these women must be when they see a guy that's like 6'6", like ideal height, with a girl that's like 5'1", just like, oh, bitch, that's my man, right?
Yeah. You got to save some for the tall ladies because they, some will give a short king a chance, but not my cow pal. She wants a tall dude.
Yeah, I know. I shot my shot. And
she told me her type, and it was basically, she told me what wasn't her type,
which was a description of your boyfriend, and actually not too off of a description for me either. So, I took offense to that as well. Like, oh, okay, all right. Well, I didn't think you were that cute, anyways. I lie. I mean, she's a pretty attractive girl.
She's pretty hot.
Yeah. All right. Before we get into headlines, you see this. This is the fall of grace. A good reminder to anyone, especially if you feel like you're at the peak of the mountain, right? You're only young and, desirable for a certain amount of time. Everybody has a time limit, no matter how much plastic surgery you'll endure to try to keep capturing that bottle. You cannot replace fake youth, artificial youth with actual youth. And Kim Kardashian allegedly found this out the hard way, and it devastated her. And I'm kind of like snickering about it. And call me petty, but so obviously the Jeff Bezos wedding was like less than a month ago, and it was a who's who of Hollywood elite for whatever reason. All of a sudden, Jeff Bezos has friends. Now, the big report coming out of that was everyone was gushing over Sydney Sweeney. She's the it girl, right? All the guys wanted to bang her. All the women wanted to watch the guys bang her. These are quotes that I read somewhere. So from verified sources. Okay. The one person who did not want to be involved in that at all was Kim Kardashian. Apparently, she's always used to being fawned over, right? Because, people seen the sex tape and they know, and she's a very attractive woman in the face, and, even in the waist, she got curves, and butt was big for a good 15 years, probably with the kind of the help of Kim Kardashian, making it so chic. But, boobs were big before butt. And now boobs are making a massive comeback, and Sydney Sweeney is kind of leading the charge on that.
Right.
Now, here's a quote. So a source says, Kim won't say it outright, but seeing Sydney get all the attention in Venice was a huge blow to her ego. Which good. Chop away at that ego, man. We don't need it. Now, she left Venice feeling completely deflated and turned into a painful wake-up call for her. It's not as though she didn't get any attention. It's just that it wasn't the way it used to be, which totally knocked her confidence. Oh, I'm sorry, queen. Should everyone just be kissing your feet the entire time?
I don't believe it. I don't think the rumors are true.
Oh, no, I'm leaning into these rumors. I hope they're true.
Right.
I want them to be true because everyone needs to be humbled a little bit, especially when it comes to that type of ego. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're gossiping. Just about Kim Kardashian's ego blow, which is good because, again, she's had her ass kissed, and that's a big ass for 2 decades now. And everybody eventually gets old, and there are always like new trends, new it girls. Now, they say this source said they didn't expect any fisticuffs, which is too bad. I know Kim Kardashian can't fight. We've seen her get murked by her little sister, but I would like to see a girl fight between her and Sydney Sweeney. Just for my own
of course
perversion.
Yeah, of course.
And she's not holding it against Sydney either. She's blaming other people for liking Sydney more than her, and she's realizing she's not the it girl anymore. But let's be fair and honest, okay? Sydney Sweeney, yes, she's beautiful and everything. She's an actress, and she's very charismatic on the screen. But at least you could say she has some talent, or at least work and dedication to a craft. Kim Kardashian's not that. Never has been. She was famous for being famous. She was part of the vapid explosion of the 2000s that people kind of detest, of people being famous for just being famous and not really doing anything about it. And she became a billionaire in the process. So yeah, I don't mind, seeing stories like this, and I just hope that they're true. I hope she had a mini meltdown. I hope she's okay overall, and I don't wish ill will, but a mini meltdown, I think, would probably do her good.
I disagree, but I'll just leave it at that.
All right. Yeah. You're obviously a stan.
Yeah.
For Kardashian, which is gross. But anyways, let's get into headlines here. Kendall, what do you got in today's headlines?
Well, I forgot to ask you earlier. Did you sleep like trash last night?
You know what? I did have a lot of weird dreams. I tossed and turned. And so, yeah, I did not sleep that well. Why do you ask?
Well, there is research that's saying there is a placebo sleep effect where you can tell yourself if you believe you slept well, you will start feeling better.
Well, son of a bitch, man. You should have reversed questioned that or something. Yeah, no, I believe I slept well. I slept great. Oh, my God. I'm about to run a marathon.
And then all of a sudden, you're not going to feel fatigued anymore.
Oh, let's see if that works.
So it's like manifesting sleep, basically.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's difficult when you wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning and still attempt to have a personal life. I do, when I go to like doctor's appointments or just appointments in general, they're just like, oh, you're looking tired. I'm like, yeah, because I am tired. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I'm exhausted.
Well, manifest it. Start lying to yourself.
All right. Well,
fake it till you make it.
I mean, I am a big believer in the placebo effect, and science has proven many times that it is something that does work. So, all right. What else happened in the headlines?
Well, there is an AI Appreciation Day going on.
Right now?
Yes.
Is it too soon to start appreciating AI?
See, I believe there's probably not a lot of appreciation going on.
Okay.
I appreciate it. For certain things, I definitely see how it can turn into Terminator,
Yeah.
But come on, I'm not gonna pretend like I don't use AI and ChatGPT.
No, I know, and
saves me time.
You're seeing images left and right, and AI slop, which John Oliver just covered, and you're seeing that all over the internet. And there's going to be a way for some people to take advantage of it, monetize it, and have a lot of fun. And for the rest of us, we just have to endure. So AI Appreciation Day. Yes, appreciate it now before you can appreciate it in the very near future. When you despise it or detest it.
Right.
And say, oh, man, whatever. But that's doom and gloom. All right, what else is happening in headlines?
Well, 3 decades ago, Jeff Bezos, as we were talking about earlier, started Amazon.
Oh, yes.
But 30 years ago, it was just an online bookstore.
Yes,
which
it was.
Is super weird to think about because now they're everything.
Yeah.
Now they're video and shows and bringing stuff to your doorstep. So he's gone from a garage startup to a space cowboy.
Look, it's easy.
Decades.
Yeah, it's easy to look at Jeff Bezos like a modern day lazy-eyed Lex Luthor. But the reality is, it is impressive that 30 years ago today, he was an entrepreneur, started a small business, and became the world's richest man within 30 years. And that, for sure, is an American success story. That's the American dream. I think he dreamed a little too much, and he should give a little bit of the dream back to us. We still want to dream too, but impressive nonetheless. So, yeah, that's an anniversary for today. Anything else happening in headlines?
Well, this is going to drum up some controversy, but Epstein's cellmate is speaking out and saying that there's no way he could have hung himself.
Oh, yeah.
So just adding some fuel to the fire that we already have ablaze that everybody's buzzing about.
That fire is raging out of control. It's pretty insane considering how much people. We just had a truth post from the president here.
Yes.
That like a recent meltdown. Of course, the MAGA inverse is fighting amongst themselves. And, there's even like people like Andrew Schultz was like, I'm out. That's not what I voted for. I'm like, okay, well, I'm surprised that you're surprised that he didn't want that list out, because it seemed like somebody who was saying, I'm best friends with this guy, and this guy saying publicly, I'm best friends with that guy for over a decade, might have a name somewhere along the lines. But to be fair, there is no list at all. And yesterday, Congress voted not to show that non-existent list. So they blocked a list that doesn't exist from ever being shown to the general public. And the good news is, if you are pro no list, you're never going to see a list, because that thing is gone, and you're not going to wait till the next administration, because they're not going to have it. It is gone. So all that evidence there was never evidence to begin with. And now the big debate is Ghislaine Maxwell. All right. Does she get out of prison for crime she didn't commit.
I think her attorney made a statement today. I saw.
Yes. Yes, he did, and he will continue to. So yeah, so she's definitely in the conversation. We'll see how it goes. But there's your headlines. Let's hit the reset. We have more coming up right after these words. You can join us on the podcast broadcast, youtube.com/beefvegan. What are you about?
Just that we know he didn't kill himself.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just interesting that this. I mean, I'm thankful in a way that this is making people realize, like, oh, there's inconsistencies with this, and this is making me have second thoughts on trusting DJT. So,
yeah. And you're right. The list has to be in court records because that trial for Maxwell. And legitimately, there is obviously a paper trail and a list. It's just ironic and funny that just like they're like nothing to see here, and that's the straw apparently. So we'll see. It is interesting, and then we'll see what Liz said. Gislaine's definitely getting a deal to get out, and then she'll disappear. Yeah, or she'll be disappeared. Right. And it's a weird thing. So. And that's the most we'll touch on it on air. Honestly, it's still a divisive thing. Is it though? Is it divisive, or is this the one thing that now everyone could agree on? Everyone's like, yeah, want to see that list.
Yeah, everyone's against pedos. Like that's not a divisive thing, right?
Well, that's the thing. That's also been used for fuel to rally bases. Because the argument would be like, well, you don't want to protect kids, and then the answer is like, yeah, obviously I want to protect kids.
Yeah.
So all right, well, that's too much of that. Let's get on to our next segment here. Did we do more headlines earlier this morning? We did. And then
did.
Yes, but we also did excellent, very weird F My Life. And in case you don't believe me, it went a little something like
They got you fired from your job?
I just get stupid.
It's fun being stupid. Don't hide this in vain. Let us laugh at your pain. Call 600-KFMA right away.
I promise we won't embarrass you.
Because Beef Vegan presents F My Life. F My Life. F My Life.
Yes, it's time for another edition of Your F My Life. These are unfortunate situations. Email to me at beef@kfma.com, subject line FML. But of course, if you have an F My Life you care to share on the air, you can give us a call at 600-KFMA. That's 600-5362. And if Kendall and I agree your life is F, we'll hook you up with a pair of tickets for the Gaslight Anthem performance at the Rialto Theater here soon. With that said, you ready for the first email here, Kendall?
Absolutely.
All right, this was sent to me by Teresa. She said, Beef, I once found a box of birthday candles sitting on a coffee table. Bored, I lit one, and after a minute, I threw it away and sat back down on the couch. I started looking at the box, and then I noticed that it said Magic Relighting Candles.
Oh, I love those.
At that exact moment, that my trash can burst into flames.
Oh?
Yeah. F My Life.
No, not FML. She'll put the fire out.
I mean, you got to get a new trash can. Okay, so I disagree wholeheartedly. I say that's an F My Life situation because that's kind of like a brain fart. You light the candle, you're playing a little pyro, you blow it out, you throw it in the trash, and it relights and starts it on fire. And you could end up starting your kitchen on fire. Whole thing.
That's the thing. If she had said her whole kitchen lit up, then it'd be a different story. But it's just a trash can.
New trash can. That still costs money. All right, next one sent to me by Tony. Tony said, one time I was at a metal concert and I met a really cute girl. We got to talking and I started getting close and we were about to kiss during the transitional period between two bands. But I was pulled away by her father who owned the venue. Then I was thrown out before the main act.
Oh, man.
C, blocked by the venue owner. Is that an F My Life?
I'm going to say FML because the kiss, whatever. You got to miss the band.
Yeah.
That sucks.
There's so many situations that I should have gotten my ass kicked, right? So this F My Life reminded me of a story. I was at the Marquee Theater once, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm at a show. I forgot what show it was. And there was a cute girl that was like right in front of me. And we're just kind of like dancing. Mm-hmm. And she's like backing up into me a little bit. Mm-hmm. And she's backing up into me. And then all of a sudden, somehow, she like straddles me and I'm holding her while dancing, right?
Whoa.
Yeah, it escalated very quickly. And then we went in for like a kiss, but then she's still kind of like dry humping me in the air while I'm holding her. Mm-hmm. My friends that I'm with, my boys are just like, oh my God, look at him go, right? And I'm just like, yeah, just go with it. I don't even know how I got in this situation, but I did. And all of a sudden her boyfriend came out of nowhere, grabbed her up and was like, we got to go. And I'm just like, I didn't know. You know what I mean? I'm just dancing.
Yeah.
And next thing you know, I got her in my lap, and I didn't realize I was that good of a dancer.
Well, if he didn't kick your ass, then I guess that's a sign of probably something she did all the time when she had a few drinks in her.
Yeah, not a keeper for sure. And honestly, it was a smart move on his part because I was rolling with my boys and stuff. I don't think he would have fared too well.
Right.
But let's move forward. Next up on I sent to me by Fiona. She said, I accidentally sprayed some perfume in my eye, and after rinsing said burning eye with water for a few minutes, I half blindly grabbed the eye drops my sister left on the counter and used some. They were actually tea tree oil drops.
Oh, my God.
So it gets worse.
After my recent eye trauma, that is really hitting home for me. Yes. That's an FML.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to agree. You hurt yourself, and then you re-hurt yourself trying to unhurt yourself. That's a super F my life.
Yes.
But not to be topped, Lisa, I feel like, has the F my life of the week. I'll go right into it. I know.
I'm scared.
She said, Beef, my husband has recently discovered prostate play.
Okay.
He is now using my sex toys to pleasure himself and not telling me until after. And he doesn't see the problem.
I'm so livid right now. You should have seen my smile at the start of this. And now I am full frowning because that is so not okay.
It's gross.
So messed up.
Yes.
So unhygienic.
Yes.
So rude.
Right.
Unthoughtful.
Lisa, I feel like Kendall is agreeing with your situation. And so am I. Definitely F your life. It's time for you guys to get two different sex drawers, right?
Yeah.
A his and hers.
Absolutely. Bro, clean it. What are you doing?
That's him. That's guys. Guys are naturally messy. We're like, what? It's all the same thing. No. All right,
cross-contamination.
Absolutely. Excellent F my life. In fact, actually, I'm going to email you back there, Lisa, hook you up with tickets, either Volbeat or Gaslight Theory. Thank you for sending that, and good luck. All right, keep those emails coming, beef@kfma.com. We're going to hit the reset. Be back with more right after this. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. I love Taco's comment. You got to tell the wife. I tell the wife. Like, hey, honey, no, you might want to wash that one off there. I was a little tired. I took a nap afterwards, but yeah, pretty foul. Definitely good F my life today. That's why I wanted to share that. And speaking of sharing things, we showed the mountain lion clip earlier. Mm-hmm. Well, when I was talking about that, Anthony messaged me this video that happened here. This is on Houghton and Tanque Verde. Yeah. Check this out. Look at that. You're going to see right there. That's a bear. Look how big that bear is right there down, just on the east side, the base of Mount Lemmon. So when you go hiking Sabino Canyon, don't be dressed like a snack or smell delicious because damn, that's a big ass bear. I know. And that looks like a brown bear too. But it's probably a black bear.
I was going to say, do you know the difference in what you're supposed to do for a brown bear versus a black bear?
Please tell me.
So if they're brown, you get down. That's when you play dead.
Yes.
And if it's a black bear, if it's black, you attack. And that's when you get big and loud and scary. So you got to think black attack, brown get down.
Okay.
Stay alive out there. But also, if you did die by bear, that's a pretty cool way to die.
No, that's a terrible way. Have you seen the Reverend? Is that what it's called?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. That's a bad way to die. In fact, there's so many other ways I'd rather die.
But after you're dead, not the dying part, but saying oh yeah.
We're getting on. All right, go ahead. Continue. Oh, we're back. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Okay, so I was just showing this video that Anthony sent me on Facebook, and you just heard brand new music from Chevelle, by the way. That was Rabbit Holes. And I showed a big-ass bear. That's the best way to describe it. That's a scientific description of this bear, right? And it was right there on Houghton Speedway. It was on the east side, base of Mount Lemmon, basically. And it was huge, but I was like, it looks like a grizzly, but obviously it's not. It's probably a black bear, which is, the safer of the bears. But just keep that in mind if you go hiking on a beautiful day like this. You kind of want to stay away from creeks because of flooding. But then also you got these animals out on a beautiful day as well, looking for food. So Kendall tried to give me a couple tips. And I said, okay, as far as bear safety tips. Yes. And so I went to, put together a list of bear safety tips that rhyme. which I feel like would be a good way to kind of wrap up our show today.
Okay.
All right. So, yes, you're correct. If it's brown, lie down. Right. But only if the bear attacks, not when it's just around. So if you just see a bear like across the way, don't just lie down because you're just like, hey, come and get it, big boy.
Okay.
Right. If it's black, fight back. So make noise, stand tall, don't turn your back. You want to keep facing the bear. Now, again, these are all bear survival tips that rhyme, but are true as well. If it's white, say goodnight. So that's not the tip. You're just going to die, dude. So if polar bears will hunt you, you got to stay out of their sight.
But that's a cool way to die. I'm sorry.
No, dude.
I stand by that.
Yeah, I know. And you couldn't be more wrong. And I don't mean to yell at you. I'm yelling with you. But no, it's a horrific way to die. I'll tell you
it's horrific, but it's cool.
I'd rather go parachute diving and forget my parachute.
No.
I'd rather do that than to basically get mauled to death. Agree or disagree on the stream? Let me know in the comments. All right, here's some more. Make noise on the trail. Don't be shy. I guess that didn't rhyme, but a singing hiker won't make a bear surprise, right? Keep food tight. Out of bear's delight. So hang it high and store it right. Carry spray and know the way. So aim for the face if they come to play. All right. Stay calm and don't run. That's no fun. A sprinting human makes a bear want to come. So, don't run because they're like, oh, good. We get to play a little game before I eat you.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Hike with friends, not alone in the end. So more folks together, more noise to send. And, if you're going to pick a friend to have your back, make sure that friend is fat because they're going to get that one first.
That's what I thought where we were going with this whole bring a friend thing.
Well, yeah, you got to bring a fat friend. I mean, they're not going to like hiking and everything, but at the same time, if you come across a bear, you know where the bear is going to go.
Right.
And if you're going hiking with a group of friends, look at your friends and make sure you're not the fat one because you're the sacrificial lamb in this scenario. You'd be like, you know what? I'm going to wait in the car. I got snacks back there anyways.
Right.
And finally, watch for signs. Don't ignore the lines. So tracks, scat, or scratches on pines. Those are things that you're going to look out for if you're out hiking Sabino Canyon because there are bears there and we just want you to stay safe. And that's your beef tip. Right. Thank you for joining me today, Kendall. We'll do it again here soon.
Thank you.
And thank you, everyone, for listening. Don't forget, tomorrow morning, we'll continue to give away tickets for a Gaslight Anthem and Volbeat and give you a keyword so you can fly yourself to Maui. Robin Nash has your next keyword. You want to send those in as much as possible to increase your chances of winning that grand prize trip 5 days in Maui, Hawaii. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day. Subscribe to the YouTube page, youtube.com/beefvegan. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
Bye-bye.
When you wish upon a side of beef, soon will come an end to all your grief.
Between the two of us,
if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.